Hello everyone, welcome to my vlog. I hope everyone has fantastic week. It's been extremely busy for me for the last few days. I had some really crazy shoots, but at the end of the day I've got some really cool images, so I'm super happy. And I'm trying to also keep up with this vlog and create something interesting and then put some really good content for you guys. So I'm having a little bit of different setup today. I started using my very old beauty dish, so it seems like this whole thing looks a little bit different. So hopefully you like it, and I'm trying to create every time something new, something interesting. So thank you for all your support, and thank you for everything what you guys been doing for me, all the messages and everything like feedback and emails. I really appreciate that. You guys been absolutely awesome for me, so thank you for everything what you guys been doing for me. So let's jump to today's vlog. So on today's vlog I would like to chat a little bit about something which is, in my opinion, extremely important, something which sometimes it's been forgotten by photographers, and I would like to really address that, because I've been seeing a lot of work these days where people put so much effort and so much work into the perfect lighting, the perfect background. They try to get the best gear as they can, but there's one thing which sometimes, as I said, is forgotten, and this is what I would like to talk about it today. So the entire vlog I would like to dedicate today to talk about face expressions. This is something which is, as I said, extremely important in our field, and there is no good headshot without proper and good face expression. We can have the perfect, as I said, lighting, we can have beautiful backgrounds, we can have beautiful clothing, we can have amazing makeup, like everything is spot on, but if the face expression is not right, everything is pretty much garbage. And I'm not sure if you guys realize that even when you do the shoot and then you go in for those images, the first thing what you look at is the face expression, because that's what makes the sales, that's what makes people excited, that's what make those images unique and cool, and that's where people gonna talk about it. It's not about, as I said, backgrounds and just the image general. They're gonna talk about there's something magical, there's something interesting in their face expression, and that's what makes those headshots really unique and different and special. And as you also know that our face, it's like a book, like this. I don't know if this is a good example or a good comparison, but we can definitely read people emotions based on the face expression. If they're sad or they're happy or they're upset or they're nervous, the face shows that, and we have to also learn how to read that, so we know how to direct this entire shoot to get the people to the right mood or to the right mindset, so we can get those positive and those face expressions which really gonna make an impact on our image. And cameras, they don't lie. They can really catch all those emotions, and then we go for those images and we see those different expressions. We can definitely see where the person was feeling good or feel comfortable or was happy or was upset or was nervous. So we can really see that for entire photo shoot, and we can really see that on those images. So as I said, it's extremely important component in our work. So we have to know how to approach those things, and we have to know how to deal with certain situations to get the person, as I said, to the right mood, so we can get those really cool face expressions which gonna make those images look so super cool. So I'll tell you a little bit how I approach those things and how I try to get those cool and those right face expression. And it's not easy. It's a different story when you work with professional models or professional actresses or actors. Like those guys, they know their face, they know how to, as I said, manipulate all those muscles on their faces or put themselves into certain moods so they can create those cool face expressions right on the spot. But in my case, most of the time I work with people who have never well, they're not as experienced, and they need a little bit directions, and they need a little bit more time to get them to the right place. And one of the first things what I do is I don't limit myself. Well, I'm trying to, but not as much as far as the times goes. So let's say if my photo shoot and client pays, let's say, for 1 hour photo shoot, and then I can see that we're going nowhere, or it takes a little bit more time, I don't limit myself. I'm working till I get those images done right, because that's going to reflect my work. And if the client's going to share those images with someone and they're not going to be right, it's not going to bring me any business. So with people who have less experience, I typically take a little bit more time to direct them and get them to the right place. So don't watch the clock whenever you're on the shoot, because I found that's something which is not going to work. Like, you need to take as much time as you need. So that's my approach. Everyone has different opinion to those things, but that's the way I like to work. So the second thing, what it's really, in my opinion, important, and at the same time we have to just open our mind to certain things, is that we have to approach each person individually, because every person is different. You cannot really apply the same method or the same scenario to everybody, because there are people who, let's say, they're always smiley, or they're always happy, they have this positive attitude, and those guys, of course, it's much easier to get them to, it's much easier to have them with this right mood, and you put them at the front of the camera and they're happy, excited, and then you just boom and you're done. But there are people who are more reserved, they're more introverted, they're more I don't want to say they're maybe not happy, but they're more calm, and they takes a little bit more time to get them open up and be positive, and just try to have those, I would say, positive face expressions. So you have to read it, and I found it takes me a little bit of time to figure it out, basically what the person is and who they are, and how I can approach them and how I can deal with them. And another thing which is extremely, I have to say, important, is what the shoot is for, because there, let's say, certain headshots, like for example Christian Webb does for actors, and there's certain requirements that the person has to look a certain way. In my case, I work with people who sometimes, they do photo shoots for their business, or they do pictures for their profile, for LinkedIn, for social media. So you have to also figure it out what kind of mood you're going after. So sometimes it takes a little bit of work, and you have to sometimes just figure it out what's the end goal with that image, and what kind of person you're working with, and what they are looking for to have this right expression. So that's the kind of overall first, I would say, step. So how I work on my photo shoot. So first of all, one of the most and important things and main components is that I try to have a conversation throughout the shoot, because that's always helps, so people can open up to you, and you can really direct the conversation to some of those topics which makes someone excited, or makes someone happy, or you can just take them to completely different mood based just on the conversation. So the one advice what I have is, whenever you have a shoot, that just don't plant the person on the stool and tell them to look at you and smile, or do this, do that. Try to have a little bit of conversation, try to pick up some interesting topics, and then whenever you see that the person is excited or is happy, or you put that person in the right mood, then just stick to it and try to talk throughout the photo shoot, because I found that really helps me to get the right expression, and helps the person to open up and be who they are and how they behave, and just get them relaxed a little bit more. So the next thing, and those are like 3 components also which are important to get the right expression. So as you probably know, and this is like everyone talks about it all the time, so this is not probably something new, like you guys have heard that a million times, but I'm going to repeat myself, that the eyes always tells the story. If you don't have the right connection with the eyes, and the eyes, they're somewhere and they're nowhere, the picture is also going to look like garbage, because whenever people look at those images, the first thing where they go to is the person's eyes. So it's extremely important to have the right connection. You have to have that engagement with someone's eyes. So usually and typically what I do, I always ask someone to really focus on the lens, focus on me, focus on what we're doing, because I'm sure you've seen tons of photos where someone is looking at you and looking nowhere, and that happens quite often throughout a conversation. I'm sure you guys you've been talking to some friends and their mind is someone else. Like, you look at them and they kind of listen to you, but they think about something else. They look at you, but they look through you. They're not there. And I always see that on the photos. If someone's sits and basically I'm shooting those guys and I don't have that engagement and I don't have that connection, I see on those images that they're there but they're not, and their eyes are somewhere else, and I call them just dead eyes. Like, these images, they're just dead because there is no engagement, there is no connection, there's no some kind of how I can describe this, there's no connection between the person and the person who's looking at the image. So there's some missing connection, which you can feel it and you can see it, and those images they just don't work. You basically see that there's nothing there. So that's another thing. Another thing which I am trying to also do, and you probably have seen on so many, most of my images, that I'm always trying to ask person to push the chin down. And the main reason behind this is, well, first of all, because I'll give you some kind of example which helps you to understand this a little bit better. So let's say you're looking at the image and the chin is up. The main focal point is going to be the chin, not the eyes. So that's why when someone push the chin down, the eyes actually the eyes are coming to the front of the image, to the focal point, and that's important to have that connection, because if someone is doing like this, it seems like they just don't want to be engaged, they don't want to talk to you, they kind of reserved. So that's another tip what I always say, and that's what I'm trying to also tell my clients for other shoots, just to push the chin down. And another thing which is extremely important is just the body itself, because the body also says a lot of things, and that is called body language. If someone is actually just returning back, it seems like they don't want to talk to you, or they want to be away from you. So you don't losing that engagement, and someone is pushing their body forward, on turning their body forward, you can automatically see that they really want to be engaged with you, they really want to talk to you. So that's another important, I would say, component on the headshot, to make sure that the person is leaning forward, because the body is saying, okay, I want to talk to you, I want to be engaged with you, I really want to have something to do with you. So that's also is important thing to incorporate it into your headshots, because that's what's gonna take those images to the next level. And whenever people are gonna see those pictures, like, you can just like, wow, that person looks amazing, because the person is engaging with me, the person is looking at me, and the person has that something interesting in their face. So those are the basic stuff. As far the really, I would say, specific face expression, so let's say happy or serious and stuff like that, you can play step by step. I'm trying to put my clients for different, I would say, stages, where I'm trying to do more serious images, then I'm trying to, whenever I see they opening up and they becoming more happy, then I'm trying to do a little bit more, as I said, images where they have positive and happy face expression. So you have to take this stuff through different stages, and you have to feel whenever you going through that process, and whenever you're shooting, is to make sure you see the person's mood, and then you can try to like implement some of those things and try to work with the person of different levels and different, I would say, mood stages. And you can probably see, for some people, being serious is extremely easy. They can just nail it every shot. But for some other people, let's say, it's difficult to have those positive, because that's the way they are. And then force people to do certain things also is not going to help you, because you're going to see those are fake, and people force them to do certain things. And camera also will pick that up, and then you're gonna probably not gonna be happy with those pictures, because you will see that those face expressions are faked, or they're forced by the person. And the last thing what I would like to chat is the smile itself, because this is something what most of, I have to say, photographers, they're going for, like, oh, just smile and, you know, say cheese and all this, you know, crazy stuff. But the way I like to work, and the stuff what I like to have on my images, that the people smile with their face. They're not overdoing smiles with their, you know, lips, where they just try to force themselves to laugh or stuff like that. So whenever you see the person is in a good mood and the person has a good time, the face is going to reflect that, and then you don't even have to force anyone to smile or be positive or basically have this specific face expression. They're going to do it naturally. So it's also, as I said, important to not push it too much, and then don't force it. And the smiles are kind of tricky too, because I found that some photographers, they don't like that where it's too much smile. They like more serious pose, or, well, more serious face expressions. And there are some other ones who, let's say, like where it's more smiles and just a little bit more positive. So the way I like to approach this, I have to look at the person first, what I'm working with, and see who they are, and how they behave, and then what the personality is. And then based on those components, I'm trying to figure it out what's going to fit best. But as I said, approach this whole thing individually, and have to understand the person first, and then try to step by step go in for different things, just to get the person well, you try to work with the person to get those different face expression. And again, don't force it, because this is not going to take you nowhere. It's going to just make person uncomfortable. So if you feel that this it's not going to work, and it's making person feel uncomfortable, just leave it, and then just don't, because that may turn against you, and it's going to be even much harder to get something really, really cool. So I hope that was helpful. There's so much into this. I could just talk about this for hours, but I was trying to give you just a little bit of glimpse on the way I approach those things, and also to remind you that the face expression is extremely important part of our job, and we have to make sure that, I would say, 75% of our focus on our shoot is the face expression, because that's what's going to make your images look great. The technical stuff, we can learn that, we can apply it, and we can make sure it's working. And then, you know, if you get this right for the last, let's say, the first 20 times, then it's the whole technical stuff, it's going to be like your second nature. It's gonna just come in automatically. You don't even have to worry about it. But the face expression is something which, as I said, is different. It's something which we have to learn we have to learn as we go with each person, because everyone is different, everyone is unique, and everyone has a different approach to the way they act, the way they behave, the way they express themselves. And a face, as I said, it's something which really shows those emotions, and we have to understand them. We have to make sure we know how to deal with clients to put them in the right mood. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. I hope that, as I said, I hope that will help you guys. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to email me, send me a message, tweet, whatever you guys want to contact me. I'm on my cell phone 24/7 pretty much, so I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. And if you guys have any feedback or any cool ideas or anything which I was wrong about, please call me on it, and I'll be more than happy to discuss that with you and chat a little bit more. So I would like to wish you guys fantastic week, a lot of photo shoots, a lot of amazing clients, and I'll try to put another vlog in the next few days. And if you have any suggestions, anything which you guys would like to chat about, I'm here for you, so I will be looking forward to hear from you. So have a great week, and I'll chat with you guys soon.